Hello and welcome to the theElpyDimension. I'm your guide, Elpy, and it is Sunday evening on the 8th of June, 2025, and this is my crazy backpack garden. I'm going to try to do a quick tour, mainly because I need to record what I've recently planted. So these are my sugar bon snap peas, and they are producing very well. This is the first time I've grown them. I think I have like 18 plants overall or something, and there's maybe 6 of them in here, as well as the Jimmy Nardello down there. I figure I've never done it like this with the peas and the peppers. That pepper is kind of more yellow than I'd like to see it. I thought it would do fine in this 15-gallon grow bag, because the peas aren't going to grow forever, but of course I put it in the most densely packed one. That's been in there for some time. That's why it's kind of a bummer to see it looking like that. I thought I did add blood meal when I put it in there, which is a source of nitrogen. These little finger carrots have been going sort of kind of for a while. This Brazilian starfish I just planted yesterday or the day before. And then over here, I believe this is zeolites calendula, but what's interesting is you see this sort of more neon orange. It's really strange actually, because I also have a calendula called neon, and I have noticed a difference, so this could be neon. Anywho, I think this is a volunteer shungiku, who I haven't gotten planted. And then we have cucamelon. Cucamelon looks also called Mexican sour gherkin or mouse melon. They take a long time, I feel like, in my experience. Obviously I need to do a lot of weeding to get growing, but then once they do, they really take off. And yeah, this is the rich sweetness melon. 2 of them, they were pretty sorry looking when I transplanted them, and they look like they're gonna be okay. And then mammoth basil with an ant on it, which is never a good sign. Often a sign that you've got some aphids. This is a hardneck garlic. Kind of got the same thing going on over here. This is my whatchamacallit, single seed challenge 2025 plant, and but it's rich sweetness. Here's another cucamelon, and then we have mango melon, another calendula. Oh yeah, and American flag leeks, mammoth basil, 2 garlic, and there is an American flag leek over here. Then in these 2 15-gallon grow bags are more of the sugar bon peas. This one actually maybe. Down here we have early girl tomato. She's growing a little bit more. This bumblebee artisan cherry tomato already has blight. At least I think it's blight. Might not be, I don't know, those spots. But then again, that is a leaf that is on the ground. This plant is kind of laying on the ground, so I need to tend to that. Bon. C'est très bon. Très bien, isn't it? Gosh, don't talk with your mouth full. Have you no manners, LP? One of these days I'll give you a tour when it's not a mess out here. Today's not that day. So these 2 little pots are the same. This is Quartet Marine stock, Chinese Woolflower Celosia, and Coloca Sunset Coleus. These 3 10-gallon, 7-gallon grow bags have garlic bulbils in them. So they were the little babies from the garlic flowers that I let grow to maturity. They don't produce seed. They produce these baby clones, these little tiny babies. And yeah, so then these 2 flower pots have Ducat dill in them, Quartet Marine Stock, King of Blacks Carnation, and Blue Disc African Daisy. And we'll start with bed A. So bed A, this is a volunteer hairy vetch. Pretty sure the seed found its way into my garden from, what did I get? From manure that I got from a farmer. It's super beautiful. I'm letting it grow up here this year. See these flowers? Although, that dill. It is kind of shade things out on the other side, but they're big enough. So this bed has 25 whole bulbs of garlic that I forgot last year, and I'm just left them to let them grow. I have periodically, I think the first time may have been May 3rd, then May 28th, and then I've picked some more garlic recently. I know I'm picking garlic super early. I know not to pick garlic until at least the bottom 4 or 5 leaves are dead. And you see that the scapes, I've actually picked 52 scapes. I know because I just made a pesto with them, that and radish greens. And you see a lot of these are actually really teeny tiny scapes. But on the outside here, these single, where you see a group, some of these I might be able to identify, but the single ones are northern white garlic. Some I just pulled because they have some kind of weird disease. Now, these tomatoes, these 6 I planted, I want to say several weeks ago. I had to replant because a couple of them got eaten by a baby rabbit. Well, the rabbit mainly just killed them. One of them it ate. But anywho, so this is Paul Robeson, black strawberry. And then back there, the healthiest of them is White Queen. Paul Robeson I did not grow successfully last year. Black strawberry I got from a farm stand and saved the seeds. I'm really guilty of just wanting to grow stuff when in reality it was okay. Yeah, I'm that person. That is white cherry tomato. White Queen I've never grown, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a slicer. Then white cherry I have grown. It's a great producer and a tasty sweet cherry tomato. Lucky Tiger, never grown, and black from Tula. I also have never grown the black from Tula. Then now I'm going kind of crazy this year. I know. These 2 sorry looking plants, it's my fault, are Kellogg's Breakfast. The first round of seeds I dropped for them did not germinate, so I dropped a whole bunch more, and they germinated, and they never got up potted. That's why they look so terrible. That is a Roma tomato. It says Supremo Bush on the tag, but I made the tag and then I discovered that in fact I don't have any more of those seeds, so I used a regular Roma. By the way, this garlic is one that I pulled early and put back in the ground, so that's why it's laying down. Okay. Oh, we will. So far that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we have Rebel Starfighter Prime. I transplant, same thing as the Kellogg's Breakfast. This was also a garlic that I pulled and replanted. I dropped seeds, they didn't germinate. I dropped more and they germinated. I dropped a lot more, but they've been neglected. They didn't get up potted. And I planted this one because I had to go out of town, and long story short, they wound up being drowned. And I planted this one, and the next day I saw that it died. And so I put the last 3, I put them all on the ground, and was like, yesterday, I said, all right, whoever makes it, makes it. Worm Castings cherry tomato. It's a tomato that grew out of my worm castings 4 years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, and I've been saving the seeds and growing them ever since. And I picked all the leaves off except for those at the top because they look diseased. And I was like, well, if it makes it, cool. If it doesn't, that I just planted yesterday. And the Rebel Starfighter, the Kellogg's Breakfast were 2 or 3 days ago. Same with the the other one. Then down in here, black trifle. I've grown that before, not super successfully, but they are a good, nice umami tomato. Then we have baby Roma tomato. That is actually an indeterminate Roma. And then these two are champagne bubbles. Thank you, G Mama. What was the one? I can't remember its name. Oh yeah, that's a Roma. Okay, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 plants in this 4x8 bed. Then over here in my first and only Vigo bed, metal raised bed. It's also my memorial bed for my dog. I need to get my little angel thing back in, solar light statue thing. It's also going to be my perennial bed, or it is. So these are neon calendula, garlic chives, just getting started. Couple of northern white garlic because I couldn't help myself. These are Dune yellow marigolds, also recently planted. Well, at the end of May. Sweet William double flower. I planted them last year. They came back. This is fenugreek. Not really looking that great, which concerns me because I had another one do this and it died completely. More Dune yellow marigold. This is lemon balm. Dune yellow marigold. Lovage, weeds. More of the hairy vetch, which I'm okay with her growing a little bit, but now these, I believe this is marjoram, and I was given marjoram thyme, lemon balm, tricolor sage, yeah, from a family member, and they were really healthy, established plants, and I'm sorry that only that one did well. The marjoram died. The thyme I thought was dead, but it looks like it's gonna make a comeback. So all this is just gonna get pruned, and that was the marjoram. So I've been leaving it to see if it does something. This, by the way, is crimson feather poppy, planted at the end of May. More Sweet William, bachelor's button black bachelor's button. This is classic magic mix bachelor's button, I believe. This is my Munstead lavender. Oh, it did have new growth. Yeah, okay, here. I transplanted it last fall, and I'm like, oh no, I think I killed it. So this is a reason I'm actually going to pull the hairy vetch, because the hairy vetch is going to be a problem for the lavender, but here's some growth on it. This is the echinacea purple coneflower. This is a bundle of summer something. Seasons of summer, something like that. Mullein. More of the poppies right here. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the marjoram, because there was a tiny piece when I transplanted this tricolor sage, which, as hardy as my other sage is, I'm really surprised that this, I think, is officially dead. But there was this tiny piece, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is marjoram. It has a square stem, so that means it's part of the mint family. So the marjoram relocated itself. So that is that. Then I have this beauty. This is anise hyssop, and this one is a different type of hyssop. It's blue something, little blue, and there was another one over here. But yeah, the pollinators absolutely love this thing, and I like the smell of it, even though I don't like licorice. Okay, we're gonna go in order of the beds. So then we come over here and we have bed B. These are golden peas on this end, and also down here. I got this little trellis thing for free. We have a King of Bitters there. King of Bitters, volunteer nasturtium. I believe these are garlic bulbils. More volunteer nasturtium. This is a patty pan jaune et vert squash, punicura cucumber. Then we have dostal cucumber squash down there, and 3 sumpter cucumbers there. And then again, same thing all along the perimeter is northern white. No, these are Montana giant. I'm gonna have to correct that in my other video. These are Montana giant. Yeah, because they're the ones that have the disease. I think I did have one northern white over there. Anyways, Ducat dill. Did I tell you these are golden sweet pea? I know, I just didn't know if I said the name right. You see, yeah, these bunches. In some of them, the scapes are normal size, and others they're teeny tiny. Ducat dill, blueberries, tomato. And then this is another patty pan. I've never grown any of this except for the sumpter cucumber. I've tried to grow the punicura, and that plant got diseased before I could taste it. And the patty pan never makes it past the seedling stage. Somebody is cooking something delicious, and I wish that they would invite me over. No, I don't, because... Anywho, so these 2 are Clemson spineless okra, and then there's, oh man, they're getting ate up. Being around this garlic is not guaranteed to help, because look at this, a whole bunch of garlic, and that okra, this is a heavy hitter okra, is getting nailed. And then this is a volunteer nasturtium, trying to crowd out the other heavy hitter okra down there, which I'm not worried about the nasturtium once the plant gets big, but the heavy hitter okra needs to get big first. So that's it for bed B. And we're going to come over here to bed C. This is always kind of my crapshoot. This is my resident poison ivy. Calendula. I believe both of these are neon calendula. See that beautiful color? And I have the garlic in the back. See that white tag right there? Everybody behind that tag is music. Everyone in front of that tag is German extra hardy. And then everyone up here is northern white. This is my first year growing the northern white. This is part of a shade mix, so I don't know what it is yet. These were also part of that shade mix, and they're clearly Johnny Jump Ups. Again, part of the shade mix, don't know what it is. I believe that's large leaf basil. Now, I had dropped a whole bunch of cylindra beet, and they germinated well, and yet there's like nobody there. Now, these I believe are volunteer touch-me-nots, also known as garden balsam. I really hope that's what they are, because they were part of a mix, a different shade flower mix, and they're a really cool flower. This is a volunteer borage. It's cool with me. Here's another calendula. Again, I think this is balsam. The mix, this little white flower here and that thing are part of the mix, the shade mix. So is that, but most of this is weeds. This is pokeweed. I don't harvest it. This is spotted bee balm. This is its 3rd year, although actually I think this is growing from reseeding. I don't think it's growing from the original plant. This, I thought there was another one. Didn't survive. This is from the shade mix. I need to make sure I'm aware of the poison ivy that needs to be eradicated. Spotted bee balm. These are volunteer arugula went to seed. And oh yeah, my so this is Japanese Mitsuba parsley. Looks like it's going to flower. So is that. Okay. Now we have bed D. So bed D, I was kind of hoping that the lemongrass, I knew in my zone it wasn't guaranteed to come back, but it could, and it doesn't look like it is. I do have more lemongrass to plant, but it's not going to go there. So these are Sugar Ann snap peas, and they are flowering much earlier than the others. And these garlic, I don't know what they are, but somewhere there's a tag. It's probably one of the varieties I planted. Guardsman onion that is going to seed again, and I should have picked it sooner. This is a weed. It's technically a very useful weed, I believe. This is giant red celery. And yeah, the Guardsman onion has been here for, this is its 3rd year, I think, or 2nd year. And it is, I think it does grow small bulbs, but otherwise it's a bunching onion. Japanese no, that's lovage. See, that lovage is looking kind of shady too, and that's the fenugreek that died. Early girl tomato, I just planted that, as well as the Kelly Wonder Bell. These are volunteer collards, I believe Vates collards. I'm letting them go to seed, or this guy in particular. All of these flowers I'm going to cut, because if you don't know, every one of these pods, if properly pollinated, should produce seeds. So these need to be harvested and weeded. We got a couple cucamelon, couple cucamelon over there. This is my young Paku white bitter melon, planted at the end of May, though I started it indoors. Note to self, you started it too early. And more giant red celery, barely getting by under here because Elpy needs to do some weeding. There was another giant red celery in here. I think it suffered. Unless, yeah, okay. Get out of my way, man. Come on. Giant red celery. Try again. Giant red celery. Okay. I'm sure I got all kinds of stuff in my hair now. All right, bed E. I just planted a couple days ago these peppers. We have Goliath jalapeno, yellow cayenne right there, and this is the branch. Then we have 3 different types of garlic. This is lovage, by the way. This garlic I replanted, or one of them. These are Oregon Sugar Pod 2 peas. I had planted along this whole thing, and only 4 of them came up. It's a bit of an experiment to see how they do among all this garlic. So this is another giant red celery. All the Calibos cabbage I had in here were murdered by ants and roly-polies. This is bee balm, wild bergamot. The other stuff is spotted, as is this. And, well, wait. No. Huh? Okay. Something. Okay, yes, these are. Some of these aren't. They're perennial. I planted them last year for the Planter HGC 2024, and they can't stay here. Probably the big guy is going to get moved. I had transplanted dragon egg cukes that I got seeds from G Mama for, thank you, and those sorry looking little seedlings were murdered by something right away. I am going to drop more seeds for those, so they'll go in these back corners, and I'll affix some pieces of wood to make this more like a trellis. And then we have Japanese Mitsuba parsley and Japanese Mitsuba parsley that are going to flower. So I don't know exactly yet what is going to go in place of the bee balm, but that's what we've, oh, and so for the German extra hardy garlic, are from their back, German extra hardy, from their forward is Chestnut red, and from this tag, from here forward is music, all hardneck. Okay, and actually all of those I believe are from my stock. No, I did also buy some. Anywho, okay, this is bed F, and this is the first time I haven't grown big stuff in this bed. This is a volunteer red Russian kale, and it is a beast. This is my fenugreek, the only one that appears to be healthy. Tons of weeds in here. Italian large leaf basil, and these onions are, gosh, I really need to weed this bed. These are the Bianca DiMaggio, and they go, this is burdock. It's really wild to me to hear all the people who don't have burdock growing wild near them. And they're like, man, I really love to get me some burdock seeds. This is how burdock grows when I let it grow in my yard. Doesn't it look like a queen? This plant is 6 feet tall. This one's 5 feet tall. And burdock is absolutely a trap plant for aphids. See these? Black aphids. And ants farming the aphids. Yeah. But I decided to let one burdock grow, and I might, oh yay! Oh guys, don't be scared. A ladybug. Didn't I just say that, oh, aphids love, oh yeah. Yes, that's wonderful. Heck yeah. All right, that just made my day. So we said Bianca DiMaggio, and then bull's blood beets. And I've been harvesting the radish, though I went a little overboard with my radish planting. I think this first row is Easter egg. I've got Easter egg, radish mix, and purple carrot. And then there is, no, this is, oh shoot, my phone, I cracked my screen, and it's not going to be able to handle this rain. Okay, there's 2 rows of radishes. One is Easter egg mix with purple carrot mixed in, and the other is Royal Chantenay carrots, Danvers carrots with cherry bell. Then the tall ones are wasabi radish. They take a little bit longer. Then here in the middle we have, which kind of onions are you? These are the Spanish yellow sweet onions, bull's blood beet at the end, and then these are the red long of Tropea, bull's blood beet at the end. All these little red things you see are volunteer amaranth. Then more resident poison ivy I still haven't picked. These are my jicama, and jicama does not like to be transplanted. If you don't already know that, you might already know that. I did it, but I will drop some more seeds. Here's bull's blood beets that actually look good. That is a volunteer amaranth. Here's another jicama that, I mean, it's alive, but maybe there's a little new growth. But this is a jicama? No. Calendula, mammoth basil. I think this is the zeolites. Okay, now this is my apricot tree, and I transplanted her in the fall of 2023. So the fact that she's alive and she does have some fruits on her, yeah, see, it's a jungle out here. I need to dig up that burdock. But we do have some. It was a fruit cocktail tree, and now apparently it's only an apricot tree. So through the jungle we go. This, guys, is all elderberry, and I can't let it all stay because it's too much. It's too much. And especially that. All of those, I don't know why I thought, oh, I'll leave some of it next to the flower garden. No. I'm gonna chop all that. So this is my new flower bed, and in-ground flower bed. There's a reason I don't, my soil is questionable in terms of growing edible foods, at least until I have my results analyzed. Need to do some crazy weeding in here. But in that back row, see where those sticks are? Somebody bumped that stick. I have 3 different types of sunflowers: Mammoth, Gray Stripe, Autumn Beauty, and Velvet Queen. They're doing best in there, right there. And clearly over here they could use some help because of the elderberry. Over there I planted at the end of May. I dropped the seeds for the sunflowers a while ago, but I've got 2 Mexican sunflowers over there. And then I've got a bunch of the, I think it's Shades of Summer. Let's see. Shades of Summer mullein. And then I also have a clump over here. So that'll apparently grow 8 to 10 feet tall. So that's why it's back there. And I have Classic Magic Bachelor's Button growing there. I had transplanted daffodils along here till about there, just behind the Classic Magic Bachelor's Button are daylilies. I'm definitely gonna just and then mirrored on the same side, daylilies and the daffodils. Maybe they'll grow, but I mean they're a early spring flower, so maybe. But you can't really see them. But there's Crackerjack Marigold seedlings. They seem to be doing okay from what I can see over here. Planted all along. They're going to be in front of the sunflowers. And then I've got some zinnias, all little tiny guys. I've got Northern Lights zinnia. I have 1 Benary's Giant, multiple California Giant zinnia. That right there is more elderberry. I also have Chinese Wallflower Celosia right there. That is a purple coneflower Celosia. This is a Northern Lights zinnia, and I think that one is 2, as is that one. Then we have more Bachelor's Button in there. This is Pink Sunday Sage, the Dwarf White Purity Cosmos, Daylily, more sage, daylilies. Silver Aster is there. That is a Bachelor's Button. Its sibling is laying down apparently. Lots of weeds. More Pink Sunday Sage. And you see that is since I decided to stop being lazy and move, that is the Mexican sunflower. And that is the bunch of mullein. And yeah, more Classic Magic Bachelor's Button over here. And over here, the I think it's Seashells Cosmos survived, the seedling. Over there on the other side it did not. This is another Dwarf White Purity. More sage. I think this is the only safflower that survived the rabbits, which is, wow, sad and cool that it survived. Up front, the Gomphrena, this is Strawberry Fields Gomphrena, are starting to flower. Red Raven Coxcomb, Orient number 2 Coxcomb, Red Raven Coxcomb. This is Neon Calendula, I believe. No, that could be from a Pacific Beauty mix. Dune Yellow Marigold, Siam Queen Basil, Dune Yellow Marigold, Coxcomb, Poison Ivy, Blue Spice Basil. I'm not worried about, I'm not planning on eating this basil. It's going to be here for the smell because Blue Spice Basil smells awesome. This is also Blue Spice Basil. So I'm not worried about it. And that poison ivy is going to get pulled. I just need to... I've had poison ivy, little bits of it for a long time. I did for a couple of months. And so I'm not in a hurry to... I mean, I put on gloves and stuff, but still I wind up getting it. But, okay, this is a Dahlia. My mom gave me that, and it looks like it's about to really take off. More Strawberry Fields Gomphrena. Purple Spice Basil, doing a lot better than its cousins. More marigolds, and the Coxcomb, and the Siam Queen. So I tried to mirror it. This is a volunteer squash, and I don't want you. So, I know this is kind of a crapshoot of a tour, but that's what I got for you right now. I'm pretty excited that, you know, things are starting to think about flowering, and we're seeing some action, which is fantastic. And this lighting does not... Actually, this is supposed to have some white on it. You see that little tiny bit? It's really more of a dark fuchsia color than what is appearing in my camera phone right now. The Strawberry Fields, that's true to the color I'm seeing. The salvia. Yeah, it's Pink Sunday salvia. Did I say sage? They're in the same family, but... And then that beautiful zinnia. Yes. Alright, so that's it for the backpack garden. For now. It's chaos right now. I've gotten behind, but I'm also super excited. I'm feeling great about it. This is the first year that I've grown squash and cucumbers like this in this bed. Normally I've grown like tomatoes and peppers because these are the sunniest beds. And yeah, I got that okra back there. So yeah. Oh, and did I say, I don't know if I pointed out that I also have another Black from Tula tomato here in bed B. I just planted that yesterday. And I've never grown that before, but I planted it mainly because it was a really healthy looking plant. So, okay, tomorrow it's starting to rain. No, it is raining. It's been raining, but it's not raining that hard. Maybe we'll get a tour of the green stalks. Well, I do have a short that I need to put out because one of my green stalks I have now fully planted. 27 of the 30 pockets have peppers in them. And I did plant 3 dwarf tomatoes on the top row. So, and my plan is to put a trellis entrance here so that all these melons, cucamelons and the rich sweetness melon will climb over the trellis. Awesome. And I'm also, since this is a 15-gallon grow bag, it's not just going to be a Brazilian starfish. I've never grown Brazilian starfish before. I've grown little finger carrots before. I don't know if I'd call it successfully, but I heard that Brazilian starfish is a very large plant. California Wonder, I grew with only very little production. Goliath jalapeno, I've never grown before. Cayenne pepper, I have grown before. Jalapeno, I've grown before. And Zabranch, I've grown before. Totally forgot. First of all, this is my apple tree that needs to be pruned. It has 3 different types of apples on it. I don't know though, this year it didn't flower as well. Sweet potatoes in these 2 grow bags. And they're just kind of seeming to get over their transplant shock. These are my super juice buckets, and this has nothing in it yet. These are grow bags that have the Velcro pouch, and this was going to be my peanuts, but they did not germinate. All right, thank you so much for your time and your interest. I hope you enjoyed this June 8th back garden tour. Be safe, be well, bye for now.